Okay, Jen, there's your potatoes. Do you want some beets? Oh, beans you want, eh? I'll give you beans, yeah. Carl McCorrister, Peguis First Nation. We belong to Treaty 1. Welcome to Treaty 1. The role I play in our community, I guess, is, as you can see, we've had a community garden now for the last 11 years. Last year we had 56 people having their own gardens. Our history of Peguis has been agriculture, and I think we're just bringing back that part of our lives. It was passed on from our elders, and we want to pass that on to our young people now. Very important.
My name is Annette Spence-Meeches. I'm a band First Nation counselor. I believe strongly in community gardens. My grandfather, who moved from Selkirk to Peguis, actually had a garden for our family. And myself, I have my own garden, but I strongly support the community garden because it's part of our hunters and gatherers tradition, because, you know, we were moved from Selkirk where it was such a rich lands, and then we were moved here and it's kind of swampy and a lot of flood zones. Our ancestors actually started the community gardens when they first moved here, and it's been a big tradition to our community to keep gardens going.
Back in 2011, I actually just come back. I'm a retired teacher, and I came back. I went and did my graduate degree. So when I got back, I said, well, what am I going to do? I want to help my community. So talking with Councillor Darlene Bird, she had a big interest in starting community gardening. And so we got together. We did some planning, and we found some of the land that was available, and we fundraised actually at the beginning, and there was people on board. The first 2 years was actually everybody was just volunteers, people that were interested in what we were doing, and it really worked well. We had Ernie Stranger. He was an elder, and you know, and Ernie played a real big role in it, and he was always there. He was always available for us. You know, and he could share information. So he had that history, that connection of our people being agricultural. If you look at our history of First Nation people, not just my community, but the overall picture of North America, there's so many things out there that have never been recorded or told truthfully in history, written history, and it obviously affects the students in the classroom because they don't hear it, they don't see it, and so I know it's important for us to find that out and share with them. That's part of what I want to do. I think this is part of when I started this program is, you know, let's bring our history, make it important again, and it really important in what we're doing right now, like growing our own food, going back and regaining our food security.
My name is Glennis Sutherland. I'm councillor of Peguis First Nation. Well, you know, we have a community cupboard in the community, so we would provide to the elders and to the community members that are on social assistance, and that really helped us out in the community cupboard, like, you know, with whatever we could get, all the vegetables, the potatoes. And it really encouraged people to notice that, you know, if we had a community garden, you know, to reach out and start their own. And, you know, it's really something that would benefit, like, a lot of people with the way things are going with the environment. So I think that it's beneficial to all our community members.
We would have an Elders' Day where everybody could come and visit the garden. We'd share our vegetables and really created an interest in back to the land. They're the gold and the red, but we did mix some the Adora potato. It's no starch potato, so it's good for diabetics. We do grow our own Peguis potato, by the way. We've worked with the university on that. So we're in our 4th year now where we have produced this potato. It's bred with three types of potatoes, and So by next year we should have our own seed. We're going to be call it the Peguis potato. As we know, if you look around, farming is very technical now. What we've been doing here is just back to the land, hands on. We haven't really take that big step in but next year, because of climate change and being dry, I have to get a water line coming in from the river now, as backup for watering. So that's going to take some knowledge, and getting some people with being able to set up a water system for gardening. So that's something that we're going to have to look at stepping up forward. And I guess what I'm saying is education is so important, very important to our young people. And so we have to push them. We have to push them in. And that's the way we're going to find answers to our food security, getting our young people involved. I always listen to our elders. Our elders are gone now, the ones that I guess you could say they were very independent. They grew a lot of their own food, gathered their own food, hunted their own food. So I knew all the stories connected to that, and I'd share them. And I shared, of course, with students. So people start valuing that part of our culture, that we could grow our own food here. And we actually have good land. We can do that. So from 2011 up till today, that's 11 years. Actually, it's our 11th year. We've just had that interest. We continue to build on it.
We'll just continue to encourage people to grow the gardens, and that we know that, in time that it's nice to see that, that with the food going to be shortage and what's happening now with COVID and the environment, that the cost is going high, and that we need to make sure that we encourage our people to keep on with community gardens. We're going to encourage many band members and the youth to get involved. And right now, there's quite a few families in our community that have started their own gardens. So we're bringing it back.